The wealth of Muammar Gadhafy was staggering. It'll be some time before his personal wealth will be known, but according to Global Witness, a not-for-profit organization, the assets of the Libyan government amounted to at least $160 billion. Global Witness uncovered as well in a leaked document what some of those holdings were as of September 2010.
So the main way in which the Libyans invested overseas appears to be the Libyan Investment Authority. This had $65 billion of investments. Major banks, including Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, HSBC, all held money for the Libyan Investment Authority or did business on its behalf. This is the cream of our financial institution. When Gadhafy was welcomed back onto the political stage in the mid-2000s, the political elite were very quick to open their arms to him, and the financial elite followed. There was billions and billions and billions of dollars of new money, and there was an almighty scrabble to try and get their hands on it.
There was over $20 billion sitting in cash and deposits, another $7 billion in stock, owning large tranches of major companies such as Eni, Siemens, Pearson, which publishes the Financial Times, General Electric, Citigroup, Deutsche Telekom, and Vodafone, amongst many others. The bond portfolio was worth well over $3 billion, owning debt from Lloyds Bank, Bank of America, Spain, Italy, and the European Investment Bank. And just recently, another $20 billion that no one in the new regime even knew about before.
The fact that the Libyan government found $20 billion on the Central Bank of Libya balance sheet and they didn't know existed demonstrates how poor the Gadhafy regime's financial management was. It demonstrates sort of how chaotic it was, how much personal influence and personal control there was over state funds.
But uncovering Gadhafy's personal assets will be an even more difficult endeavor.
On the personal assets, Gadhafy's personal fortune, it's much more difficult. First of all, the new authorities are going to have to find out where it is, go through a whole range of processes to try and uncover the hidden financial trail of Gadhafy's funds, and then spend years in courts trying to prove that this money was the proceeds of corruption and return it back to Libya. You know, there will be no bank account out there with Gadhafy, $5 billion sitting somewhere. We're just not going to find that.
It's believed that he had vast real estate holdings with multi-million-dollar homes in London and even other properties in the West End. His son Saif reportedly owns a villa in Vienna, Austria, that was bought through a holding company based in the British Virgin Islands. And then there are other reports of possibly owning a hotel chain in Africa. Gadhafy's vast fortune was amassed through the sale of Libya's oil. Documents show that between June and September of last year, total assets under the state oil fund swelled from $54 to $64 billion in just 3 months. But back in March, many of Gadhafy's assets were frozen. The United Nations and many countries, including the US and the UK, used the sanctions as a means of punishment for his violent crackdown on protesters. The US alone seized $37 billion. Canada, Austria, and the UK each froze between $1 and $2 billion. Many of those sanctions are just beginning to ease as state assets start to trickle back into the new Libyan government coffers. It remains to be seen how much the new transitional council will be able to claim back. But already, the new regime has billions in deposits. Felicia Taylor, CNN, London.